Hello, YouTube. Dallas Gamer here with another video. Now, in this video, despite the background you see Stellarblade, I am talking about a topic that I kind of wanted to express in this video, and it relates to the whole Gunner stuff that I've been featuring in video games. Yeah, let's be real with ourselves, guys. Me as a guy, I do like women. I'm a straight man, and I love seeing a beautiful woman, especially a beautiful, athletic, healthy woman. And there's nothing wrong with that. Now, again, I do acknowledge that there are limits, morally speaking, and some of AO games. Yeah, it's very inappropriate to showcase, especially in public. And YouTube technically is a public website, so it's understandable why they want to ban certain stuff. But at the same time, I got super pissed when they banned my original YouTube video game channel. Because again, this entire YouTube channel is purely about video games, and I'll keep it that way. But whenever I want to discuss some topics, don't worry, guys, I'll discuss purely about video games, which I'll be doing that right here, right now. So, just a little recap what happened to my last YouTube channel that was purely about gaming. The moment I feature Soul Calibur 6, that's when YouTube had an issue. They assume they made an assumption that I was, featuring some kind of pornographic video, all because of a good-looking female character named Ivy. And for some reason, they decided to ban my entire YouTube channel. And me, I got severely pissed because Soul Calibur is a rated T for team, while there's nothing blood and gore in the game. There is something a little sexual in the game, but that sexuality in the game is like not that inappropriate, if that makes any sense. It does pushes that boundary. It does. Let's confess here. It does pushes that boundary, but it does not cross over that line. So it is still appropriate for anyone in the public to, showcase to showcase in the public. It was rated T for teams, and there was nothing wrong showcasing Soul Calibur 6. In matter of fact, on YouTube, you can see a bunch of videos about Soul Calibur 6, and that's what upset me. I got in trouble over something that I should not be in trouble for, and yet YouTube just didn't care. They decided to ban my YouTube channel. So yeah, ever since then, I remake my YouTube channel, which is this one, Cadalis Gamer, and I continue to do what I do, featuring video games on this channel. Now, to get on the topic, to get to the point, this video is about me appreciating the female body and, more importantly, the female vulnerability. Me, when I was a little kid, I watch a lot of action movies, especially superhero action movies. And when it comes to females and superhero action movies, I can't help but notice that usually it's a very, tall woman in her mid 20s, very athletic with an amazing athletic body, and they sometimes display their body vulnerable, just like what you see right here in Stellar Blade with Eve. Eve, she is vulnerable in her skin suit, but she takes advantage of that vulnerability. And me, I kind of appreciate that. When I was a little kid, I remember seeing the 1990s series of Batman, and I clearly remember Michelle Pfeiffer, Catwoman, and her Catwoman was very, up there in the sexuality. It was a very sexy costume and a very sexy woman, and she was athletic. And that costume, you could say it exposed her vulnerability. But Catwoman in that movie, she exploits her vulnerability. She uses it as a weapon, and that's something I appreciate about females using their vulnerability as a weapon, as a strategic advantage. And same thing with Soul Calibur series, especially Ivy, especially in Soul Calibur 4, and of course Soul Calibur 6, since Soul Calibur 6 is a reboot of the franchise. I really do appreciate Ivy's usage of her body and her vulnerability. And despite that she is vulnerable, she takes advantage of it. She fools the enemy and takes advantage of it. Now, speaking of superheroes, me watching a lot of superheroes movie when I was a kid, there was this one female. Technically, she's a villain, but on comic book, she's a anti-hero because she's not truly evil. She's just best way I could put it morally gray because she's her life kind of sucks. That character I'm talking about, Mystique from the movie X-Men. Now, Mystique, same thing, especially when you watch the X-Men series, especially the early 2000 X-Men series. Same thing. A beautiful, athletic woman who is actually naked, but because it's a superhero movie, obviously the superhero movie is rated PG-13, not rated R, which rated R shows a lot of sexuality and gruesome violence and bodily injury, etc., etc., but not rated PG-13. Rated PG-13 makes it appropriate enough for kids to watch. And despite that it was rated PG-13, I'm gonna showcase some screenshots and small little clips here. It shows Mystique being a nudist, and yet it was still appropriate enough to be in the movie. Especially that one scene where in X Men 2 she did this sexual slide, nude slide, on a closing metallic door while sticking out the middle finger. But yeah, what I really like about Mystique in that movie is that she is always vulnerable, and yet she takes full advantage of that. She takes advantage of that because she knows that she could get away with it. That's something I really like about it. And same thing with Ivy. Remember what I said earlier? Ivy, she is taking advantage of her vulnerability. That's why she wears very provocative outfit, especially towards guys, and yet she takes full advantage of it. And me, I kind of like that. I like it when very dangerous, athletic females take advantage of their vulnerability because it's basically taking advantage of their gender. And one of my favorite fictional universe that's now getting very popular in the video game industry is not Total War, Warhammer 40k. In Warhammer 40k, there's this female assassin named the Calidus Assassin, which I named my YouTube channel after. The Calidus Assassin is a female assassin, and just like Mystique from X Men, she's a shapeshifter, but her default appearance is a sexy woman in an athletic, but with an athletic body that's fully skin tight, a skin tight, black suit. And obviously, she is vulnerable, but this assassin takes full advantage of her vulnerable body. And what makes a huge advantage of being vulnerable, being almost naked, is there's no clothing to wear you down. You could like athletically get to point A, point B, use your agility. There's nothing holding you back. And using that vulnerability as a female to your advantage. That's something I really like. Same thing with what you see in the background, Stella Blade. Mia love Eve in her sexy skin suit, but Eve takes a huge advantage of that. In the game, you literally see Eve doing twists and turns, jumping, dodging, etc. etc. She is not tanky, obviously, but she could definitely parry, she could definitely dodge, use her agility to maneuver around, and that's something that is a common trope that you see with female badass females, kind of like Tomb Raider. And when I was a little kid, I remember watching Tomb Raider, the original, the 1990s. I forgot that was Jennifer Aniston. I forgot her name, but it's the famous actress. So I kind of wish to see more of this female vulnerability, but being used as a positive, being used like a badass. Because I really do like seeing badass women, and that's why I'm planning to get Stellar Blade Blood Rain and play the shit out of it. And more importantly, feature it on my YouTube channel. Well, guys, yeah, this is just a video of me appreciating the female body and more importantly, appreciating badass females using their vulnerability to their advantage, using their female superpower. Well, guys, I'm gonna end it here. I hope you enjoyed the Goonie Talk, hear all that stuff. Like and subscribe, all that jazz. Cal Dallas Gamer, over and out.